How's it going? Show you real quick how to, if you want to mount something into stucco that's not heavy. Stucco's kind of tricky. It's cement, plaster, layers of paint. It's, unless I wouldn't recommend doing this for something that's heavy. You're going to be load bearing, but if you just want to put I'm actually putting a garage door, open a remote control panel. So what I did first was the first hole's already done. I actually put a dab of siliconized latex caulk, which I'm letting set. It's going to kind of create a bumper from the surface. So I'll show you how I did this first one. First thing I did, I marked my hole, and then I already did this, but I'll do it again. I drilled a pilot hole, and that's where the anchor is going to go. Okay, so now what I did, after I took the pilot hole, I took a metal, this is a 60-pound test drywall anchor. I would not recommend using the plastic ones. In fact, for this hole, I originally tried to use a 80-pound test, or weight rated drywall anchor, and it actually snapped. And so I said, well, I need to go with the metal ones. I'm not always fans of the metal ones because there's no give, especially when you're putting the screw. So you gotta make sure that the screw that you're using with the anchor matches up. And so then what I did is I went in about, I don't know, let's say between a half and a quarter inch short. And then what I'm gonna do is, and I put my driver just short of the drill setting. The drill means there's no, the torque setting means it's just going to drill until it strips the screw, or it starts ratcheting. There's somewhat of a limit. This probably won't drive it all the way. Oops, backwards. And then you can see I sunk it a little more. The caulk is still wet. I'm going to go ahead and pull the bit out. Okay, so I've got the bit, almost buried with the caulk, which is still setting. Now, what you can do, there's two ways you can go about this. You can use a big screwdriver and try to turn it. You see it's already slipping. That's probably the wrong size screwdriver, and that's probably the way most people would do this. Or, a great little tool I got for a gift, I don't know, a couple years ago. I forgot what this thing's called. I think it's just called the Craftsman T-bar. It's got two ends. It's basically great for if you need to get some good torque. That's why I like the T handle. I could also, use the right angle, this end, but I'm going to go this way. This thing's free spins. And so, just like so. And you just give it a couple, so it gives me good leverage and good torque, and I'm not stripping the crap out of that drywall bit. And I want to sink it just below the stucco, and I think that's probably as far as it goes. It's going to start to strip, and then there you go, and that's in there. And then, as you're wondering, you haven't messed with caulk, I just moisten my finger, a little spit, whatever, and do this right here. This creates a seal. It also, the main thing it creates a seal around the edge of this, but it also, because it is a flexible material, like you said, I actually put a ring around there before I buried this the rest of the way. It gives it a little bit of movement and a little bit of cushion, so that over time, whatever you're mounting here, which I'm mounting a garage door opener, which I will finish mounting. But yeah, this is a very great tool, and this is one of the best examples why. It gives you the torque and the leverage. So now I'm just waiting for this caulk to set up, and then I will take my Chamberlain wireless remote, keypad entry, and mount it. Okay, so the caulk has cured. It's still a little soft, but that's when I want it like that. But it's not tacky anymore, because I wanted to kind of create a cushion for this panel from the side of the house, so that over time this isn't scratching the stucco. And you can see this, the other anchor. So I put the screw in. So it's got to be hung just, you got to have a little bit of a lift, probably a 1/4 inch, and you just push this down, and then lift this up, and the hole should line up. Okay, and then lastly, is putting the bottom screw. Obviously measure the distance on center. This was exactly 4 inches. So, and I've got my driver set to the lowest torque. And there you go. I'll put the battery in, and the cover I got somewhere, which I'll put on in a second. And then there you have it. You got a nice, snug, mounted garage door controller on stucco. So, kind of a just kind of an example. Stucco is always tricky. I would not mount anything load bearing like that on there. You're gonna actually want to get a good stud finder and try to find a stud, which can also be tricky because stucco is usually a lot of times cement. But there you have it.